Walker Motorsport here, as well as Moto Park and Jensen Motorsport, and also Lechner Racing. So order then: Esmeyer, Mawson, Walter, Dienst, Aaron, Drudy, Eriksson, Zhu, Nui is P9, and it's Magian Sportsman, and Preining then occupying the first 12 places on the grid. Then to the next page, another famed name coming into Formula 4 is Chicotto. P13, P14 is Ortmann, then it's Schramm, P15. Massatsitz is 16, Fidja 17, Wolf 18, and then Schumacher that we mentioned, P19. And then the rest of the order there for you. 35 starters in this first race for the ADAC Formula 4 season. So going to be a very, very busy turn one. So cars making their way then, and easing up now. Bit of weaving having gone on to try and get some heat into those Pirelli tyres. And there is our pole sitter from the HTP junior team, Jano Esmeyer. Satina Swiss watches the timekeepers. And perfectly placed in the grid box, and going to sit there for a little while now before the rest of the grid come into their boxes, including the Van Amersfoort racing driver Mick Schumacher there in car number 25. Awful lot of media attention on that young man. Adds to the weight on his shoulders, undoubtedly. Big crowd here at Oschersleben for this ADAC GT Masters weekend, which features the first round of the all-new ADAC Formula 4 series also. So we await the green flag from the marshal at the rear as the anxiety begins to build and the tension begins to build and the nerves begin to build then for all these drivers who are about to get this season underway in this new for 2015. We see the green flag at the back. We throw the lights up onto the top of the screen for you as well. 3 lights now, 4, 5. The engine note rises and we're away. And problems for Joseph Mawson in the Van Amersfoort team there, who did not get away. We've got another one who has not managed to get away also. Well, Joseph Mawson did manage to get the car going in the end, and into turn one, there's lots and lots of brake lock-up and tyre smoke, as you can see. And in fairness, apart from one car running wide, everyone goes through. But it's the exit of turn one where there's problems for. That's Cedric Pirot in car number 13. He's around. Couldn't quite see who he was tangled up with, but there's a challenge for the lead going on, and I think that challenge has been successful. So there is Pirot, who is round then, the Pirot Sports driver, car number 13. Involved in that also is Tony Wolff from Pirot Sports, so 2 from the same team involved in that. And in the pit lane then is Zhu then. One of the Ferrari Driver Academy cars from the crack Prema power team that I was mentioning. The engine roars into life now, and he promptly stalls it, and the safety car is out, which, really rather afraid to say, was almost expected. And there we can see just one of the drivers walking away with the start, well, 2 now, the start of their ADAC Formula 4 career. Off to a rather auspicious start, it has to be said. So safety car out to take these cars around. And it was Marvin Dienst then. And also brilliant start from Aaron Wolff. Managed to get the better of the pole sitter, Jano Esmeyer, as we see a replay then. And there you can see where Joseph Mawson just bogged down, did eventually get it going, but lost a whole bag of places. In fact, down to P16 as the safety car was deployed. Well, Mick Schumacher was certainly very, very quick away and getting the better of the motor park driver Yanis Fidja. And this a replay into turn one, which we thought was always going to be a little bit of a pinch point at the very start of this race. And you can see a lot of tyre smoke. Now, it wasn't the entry in where we thought there was initially going to be issues, but it was the right into the hotel turn where those two drivers got clattered together, and that's what provoked the safety car. Well, that number 34 car of Tony Wolff was fair launched, wasn't it, by Cedric Pirot? And, well, ironically, both from the Pirot Sports team, as we get a high shot of the action as it enveloped there. So clock continues to count while the safety car leads the cars away as those two errant Pirot cars are recovered from the track. All young talents, of course, hoping to make their way in motorsport, and well, the ADAC Formula 4 providing a supreme platform for them to show their skill in front of a big crowd here for the opening weekend. So the safety car continues to lead them away. The incident that we saw is going to be reported to the stewards. Well, in any event, those two are both out of the race now. Order then on screen for you. Dienst, Aaron, Esmeyer, our pole sitter, is down to P3. Then it's Volter, Drudy, Eriksson, Harrison Newey with a brilliant start. He's up to P7, then Schramm, P8, and Schwartzman, P9. With Maggie, Chicotto, and Praining, P10, 11, and 12. So already 5 minutes of this race done and dusted. The most part of that 5 minutes under the control of the safety car, which you can see is still out on track currently. And there is Mick Schumacher. Down there in P15, familiar colours of Muka Motorsport ahead of him. So back to the Harrison Newey that we were talking about, who started from the fifth row of the grid, the Van Amersfoort racing driver, up to P7. Safety car going to come in this lap. Race control inform us, and we will be back to racing. So safety car coming in, the lights are out, as you can see on the safety car, so that will make its way back to the pit lane, and their confirmation at the top of your screen that the safety car is coming in this lap. And then the race will resume, or actually almost get going proper. So down now to Marvin Dienst, then from the HTP Junior team, who will be controlling the pace as we go green and go racing once again here at Oschersleben. Head towards the timing line, the green flags fly, and we are away and racing. And the first of the ADAC Formula 4 races that gets underway here. And Dienst and Aaron really getting away from the others as Esmeyer loses yet another place. So our pole sitter sadly losing a whole heap of places now as they go through the hotel turn. This very much a pinch point, that first left-hander off the start-finish straight, and of course carrying even more speed than they did on the original start because they were rolling following the safety car. So P3 now is Voldher, as Esmayer has been relegated yet a further place. So the first showing for these cars then, and these young talents in the ADAC Formula 4. Tim Cinnamon just taking a look up the inside and thought better of it. That battle going on with Chicotto. There's the order on the left-hand side for you. Dienst and Aaron leading the way. Dienst has got a well, about a 7/10 margin over Aaron at the moment. There's Mick Schumacher in car number 25, and you can see that Dienst now really is, well, it's just under a second, the margin over P2 Aaron. Then there's jolly nearly 2 seconds back before we see P3 of Volta and Drudy, and then Esmayer and Ericsson and Schramm and Newey and Schwartzman. So Newey's lost a place after the restart then, because he was in P7. Esmayer really under attack here. So the top two having got away. Mick Schumacher is P14, having moved up. And inevitably, an awful lot of attention on what that young man is able to achieve in this Formula 4 karting, of course, previously. And there we see him jostling there, and that's one of the Case Tyler 24 Muka Motorsport cars off. Benjamin Massatis in car number 3 is gone and is in the gravel, and ain't going to be coming out from there. And how did that occur? Tried to dive up the inside there and just got the car sideways and launched up the back of Nikolai Rogevu's car, and then ends up beached in the gravel. I would think that's far enough away to not cause any problems, as we see Mick Schumacher there getting the better of Giorgio Maggi, the SMG Swiss motorsport driver. Good move there. And I feel sure that we'll be pointing out an awful lot of those moves during the course of his career here in the ADAC Formula 4. There's a real battle going on there in that little trio that we saw on camera as they make their way around the Hasseröder turn, and the safety car is out again. So punctuations of 2 safety cars in the space of the first 10 and a bit minutes of the ADAC Formula 4 race. 1 of 3, and the first one of the season here at Oschersleben. The order for you: Dienst, Aaron, Volta, then it's Drudy, Ericsson, Esmayer, Newey, Schramm and Schwartzman, with Zimmerman rounding out the top 10. That's the way they look as the safety car comes out yet again for the stranded Massatis car. Number 3, there it is, and there is Benjamin, who walks away from that. His race is done and dusted. Race 1 for him, not a massive success, it has to be said, and he'll be very, very disappointed with that as we see him walking away across the gravel. The car will be recovered from that beached gravel. And also getting out onto the loose stuff was Riversteg there from the Timo Scheider team. Team Timo Scheider. I was having a conversation with Timo yesterday, and did very well not to be collected by the rest of the baying pack, did Leon. But yes, I was having a conversation with Timo Scheider yesterday, and of course Timo's been involved in the karting team for a long while, and said was always the plan to move up into managing a team in the ADAC Formula 4, and actually said it wasn't necessarily on his radar, but it was the drivers that kind of persuaded him to do so. So he looked very cool and happy with things yesterday. Mature fellow is Timo, of course, superb DTM racer, and I did question how difficult it is to manage the 2 disciplines, you know, racing driver and team manager as well, and seems to have got it all completely under control. So wish his team well with his endeavours in Formula 4. Mick Schumacher then is up to P11. Just Zimmerman prevents him from being in the points. And these early stages, and Schumacher having gone up a number of places, I just feel that Zimmerman is going to be under pressure very, very soon indeed. Now, of course, the big loser in this, as the lights are out on the safety car, which means it's coming in this lap, the big loser in all of this is Dienst, who, of course, has built up a nice, comfortable 1 second margin between himself and Aaron in P2. Now, it's going to be down to Dienst, of course. What he needs to do is back them all up and then get an absolute flyer away and hope that he can get away from Aaron. But looks like Aaron has stayed with him, so as they get into the Spielmacher turn and head down towards the timing line, well, Dienst, to be fair to him, has got away, and this provides an opportunity as Mick Schumacher is one of those that is already on a charge, and I think he's made up 2 places. So Dienst leads from Aaron, and as they cross the timing line, he built up a 6/10 margin as there's more action going on and more overtaking going on in this, the very first of the ADAC Formula 4 races here at Oschersleben. There is our race leader, Ralph, trying to stay with him. Maybe not. There is Mick Schumacher then, who now ahead of him with Zimmerman, so he didn't make up the couple of places that I thought he did. I thought it was Schumacher that was coming through, so he's still showing down there in P11 at the moment. Only 15.5 minutes left of this race. Goodness me. Most of the time has gone, of course, as the cars have lapped somewhat slower than they wanted to behind the safety car. Bent front nose there on the Robert Schwartzman car number 4, as you can see that in picture now. And also going off there is Esmeyer. Our pole sitter from the H2P junior team is off and on the grass, and doesn't look like he's recovering in any time quick from that. Man, that's looking very, very racy in P4 at the moment is Mattia Drudy. Very lively indeed as the Dienst and Aaron pairing get away up the road. It's Matthias Drudy that I mistook for making those places up, just taking a couple of places just straight after the safety car. So up to P3 now for Drudy, who started from the 3rd row of the grid in P6. So Dienst with half a second margin over Aaron, then it is Drudy who is a further 1.5 seconds back. So Mick Schumacher at the moment not being able to reel in Tim Zimmerman, and in fact is under pressure himself now. From the number 36 car of Joey Mawson, who you will recall started from P2 on the grid and well, didn't start very well and got really, really bogged down and lost a whole heap of places. So he's desperately trying to make those places up now, and next in his target quest is Mick Schumacher, as the safety car is out yet again. And the theme of this race so far, hasn't it? Black and orange flag is being shown to this car number 4. Robert Schwartzman, who is there in the gravel. Just absolutely went straight on and ends up slap bang almost in the middle of that gravel trap. So the end of the Mucken Motorsports race with his bent wing, or nose rather, and number 4 in the gravel, and it will take a few moments for that to be recovered. And the clock is continuing to count down. So P9 for Mick Schumacher now. The Van Amersfoort driver. Spoke yesterday to Fritz Van Amersfoort. Of course, very, very busy team with campaigns in the ADAC Formula 4 and also in the FIA F3 as well. And of course, let's not forget the success that Van Amersfoort had last year with a certain Max Verstappen in Formula 1 now. So battles galore going on in replay, and you can see that go there on Mick Schumacher from Mawson. And there you can see the bent nose and the trip across the grass for our HTP Junior Team pole sitter, Jano Esmaya. Lights are still on the safety car as it crosses our commentary position up high on the start-finish straight here at Oschersleben. Well, there's been quite a bit of action to be able to throw into you for replay purposes. And the safety car period allows us the opportunity to do that as we see the number 4 car of Robert Schwartzman then unceremoniously lifted out of the gravel with that race done and dusted. So Dienst, Aaron and Drudy all having moved up. Voldher gone down, Ericsson up. So too Harrison Newey. Zimmerman making great progress, so too Schumacher, and so too Schramm also. As the order on the left-hand side for you. Green arrow up, indicating the places they've made, and red arrow down, the places they have lost. Well, an opportunity perhaps presents itself now to Mick Schumacher to try and get the better of the Neuhauser Racing Team driver Tim Zinnemann, who is ahead of him at the moment. Safety car is going to come in this lap by dint of the fact that the lights are out now. So once again, it will be down to Marvin Dienst from the HTP Junior Team to control the pace now. And he has Aaron Ralph from the Kramer Power Team right behind him. This could be a real fight to finish now, as there's under 10 minutes left of the race. Dienst then lights up the car and gets away from the baying pack behind him. Heads into the Spielmacher turn to head down to the green flag being waved as we race once again in this, the first of the ADAC Formula 4 races. Dienst already with 8/10 over Aaron, then it's Drudy and Voldher and Ericsson and Newey and Schramm and Zimmerman and Mawson and Schumacher. So Mawson having got past Mick Schumacher. Under 9 minutes on the clock remain in this, the first ADAC Formula 4 race. So Schumacher back down to P10 now. Dienst, Aaron, Drudy. Then it's Ericsson, Voldher, Newey, Schramm, Mawson, Zimmerman and Schumacher. And Dienst doing everything that he needs to do, keeping a margin over the chasing Aaron in P2. Here's Mick Schumacher, Kim, Louis, Schramm under pressure in car number 1, being chased by Tim Zimmerman as well. These two battling side by side. See on the graphics on the left-hand side, Mawson moved up to P7. Meantime, these two continuing to fight tooth and nail as they go around the hotel turn and head up towards Hasserode. And here you can see just how close Kim Louis Schramm and Tim Zimmerman have been, the Neuhauser Racing drivers, together in those yellow cars, with Mick Schumacher just allowing them to fight ahead of him, and of course he'll be ready to pounce should they come to grief. Right behind Mick Schumacher though, and charging hard is Tommy Preening for Muka Motorsport. Oh, and big chunk of nose is off the #1 car of Schramm. And that's the end of his challenges. So you can see the car completely different shape at the front now with the loss of that, and slowing and letting everyone else pass. That is a shame, because it'd been quite an exciting race between Kim Louis and also Tim, and that's how it was done. Just shortcutting that chicane at Bilstein, and that was the end of that race. See it again in replay as it flies off to the right-hand side of your screen. So that elevates all behind up a further place, which means Zimmerman is now P8 and Schumacher is P9. Updated running order in terms of where everyone is on the left-hand side of the screen for you, with just over 5 minutes left to run. Dienst, well, got 7/10 over Aaron for P1 and P2 as they went through the last sector. Trudy there. And Harrison Newey in car number 26 is P6. There he is, the Van Amersfoort Racing driver. Adrian Newey, of course, father. Under 5 minutes left to run as they cross the timing line then. And, well, Aaron is just ever so slowly taking hundredths out of Marvin Dienst from the HTP junior team, who is leading the race, but I wonder whether Dienst is controlling it enough and is able to increase and decrease the margin as is necessary, and just keeping that comfortable half-second difference between himself and Aaron at the moment. So this Oschersleben circuit, 3.696 kilometre, which provides perfect viewing for the big crowd that's here. Zimmerman there in P8 with Schumacher right behind in P9, and then the charge just for the moment seems to have gone away from the Tommy Preening challenge in the familiar Cage Tyler 24 Muka Motorsport orange colours. And there we can see the three right in front of us. Now Schumacher just turning the wick up a little bit on that Zimmerman car. It's now or never really, just 3.5 minutes left to run in the race. Ralph Aaron then, Prema Power Team P2, fastest lap, lap 14, a 1:27.247. Compare that with the 1:27.452 from Marvin Dienst, right at the front. In fairness, whichever way you look through the grid, there's battles going on. And whilst a shame that the race has not really been allowed to develop in full because of the safety car punctuations, nonetheless it's been pretty exciting. Super slow-mo replay there of Wang Zhu, you will remember. Prema Power Team, who we saw him in the pit lane, getting past Yan Yonk, the RS competition racer, as we cross back to our top two right now, being led by car number 27, Marvin Dienst, the HTP Junior Team driver. Second to him is the Prema Power Team car of Aaron Wolf. There, the gap between and the margin between Zimmerman and Schumacher then. And Schumacher in that position now where he's chasing down Zimmerman. He's also ever minded of the fact that he has Tommy Price sitting right behind him, and Luca Engstler, the Liqui Moly Team Engstler driver in strifing car number 38, manages to get it turned around, and a real broken nose at the front of that car. See a replay of how that happened. Just clattered into the tyre barriers, absorbed most of the energy, but not without making a completely different shape to the front of that Engstler car, and that's why he was turned around and in the facing in the wrong direction. Mawson then really piling the pressure on Michael Volter, then the Moto Park driver. They're the P1 and P2 drivers. Going to get one more lap out of this race. There is the Van Amersfoort Racing car of Mick Schumacher, P9. Confirmation then, this is the final lap of the first ADAC Formula 4 race here in the season. Oschersleben plays host to the glittering ADAC Gala weekend to start everything off for 2015. Well, if the wick was turned up last time around from Joey Mawson, who of course you'll recall had a dreadful start in that Van Amersfoort car and has since then tried to make up as many places as he possibly can. He's P6 right now and really hounding Michael Volter. And I think this is going to go all the way to the checkered flag, and ready to buy into this battle as well is, of course, Harrison Newey, who may just feel that if these two come to grief as they're battling together, it'll be another potential couple of places for Harrison Newey to make up as well. So we'll follow this for as much as we can, but clearly we're going to have to cut back to see the leader cross the line. But in the meantime, it's that battle that's going on for P5, which is perhaps the most close out on track at the moment in the final stages of this race, as we do indeed cross back to the man that is going to make history in terms of taking the first win in the ADAC Formula 4. It's going to be car number 27, Marvin Dienst from the HTP Junior Team, that takes it from Aaron Ralph for Prema Power Team. P2, P3 goes to Mattia Drudi, the SMG Swiss Motorsport Group. And there you can see confirmation of the order on your left-hand side, and congratulations all round on the HTP pit perch. Dienst, Aaron, Drudi, Ericsson, Volter. Then it was Mawson and Newey, so those three all did stay the same, with Zimmerman P8 and Schumacher P9 and Preining P10. So the first win goes to Dienst then. Started from P4 on the grid, and he's got his Formula 4 season off to the most fantastic start. The Prema Power Team driver Aaron Ralph comes P2. And we have another 2 races, remember, from the ADAC Formula 4 to come. Looking forward to those. This race, of course, punctuated very heavily by it was 3 safety car interventions in the end. Cars spilt all over the track. And there, confirmation of the result then. Dienst takes the win from Aaron, from Drudy in P3. Then it was Ericsson, Volta, Mawson, Newey, Zimmerman, Schumacher, P9. Then it was Preining, Maggi, and Chicotto, P10, P11, and P12. And the rest of the order there for you to see. Bockman, P13. Ortman, 14. Janets, 15. Lennart, 16. Vitya, 17. Ariccio, 18. Jonk, Brezina, Van Uter, and Schlom, and Muller-Crepon. And the rest of the runners there for you. Perfect situation where our commentary box is. We can see them, the cars, into the box right now of the top three as we watch Mick Schumacher then make his way down the pit lane. And there is Dienst then. Very, very happy with his win, and congratulations being offered. HTP Junior team having engineered a good car. So then Dienst with the first 25 points on the board. Aaron with 18 and Mattia Drudy with 15. Schumacher in the points with 2. Harrison Newey in the points as well with 6. So the point scorers there from race 1, as you can see. So Marvin Dienst, Ralph Aaron and Mattia Drudy then will be up on the podium in due course. The driver classification on screen for you from the first of the ADAC Formula 4 races of the season, and the first of this weekend as well, the opening weekend of the ADAC racing. 2 more races to come from Formula 4. They both occur tomorrow. So we take a look at the Oschersleben circuit here.